There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, shining at the end of every day. There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, and tomorrow is just a dream away. Man has a dream, and that's the start. He follows his dream with mind and heart.
Hello, Lincoln. We are back, and PTV2 News is bringing you a whole lot of awesome today. We got 12 school days left until spring break. Oh boy, I cannot wait. We are so excited for spring break. In fact, we are bringing you music to match the occasion. I'm Clay, and he's Matt, and we're here as your anchors on today's show to bring you up to date with the latest and greatest in Red Storm's news.
Coming up here soon, you will be hearing about
The St. Patrick's Day Dash,
tech news,
animal videos,
and other great stories. So stay in your seats, and we'll be right back.
There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, shining at the end of every day. There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, and tomorrow...
If you have any ideas about ways our show can be improved, please tell us. We would love to hear feedback.
It's here. The 2015 St. Patty's Day Dash is on Saturday, March 14th. Registrations will start at 1 o'clock at the north parking lot at PHS. The 3.1-mile walk or run will start at 2 o'clock. Bruce Big Grill BBQ will also be at this event. Get your $8 dinner, and while you're there, support the PHS National Honor Society with their bake sale. Teachers, if you would like to participate in the run, get a t-shirt and wear jeans on Friday, March 13th for $20. Students and staff, if you are unable to participate in the run, you can still support the cause with a t-shirt for $10.
Have you ever wanted to fly like a bird? Well, a weasel had the same dream and hitched a ride on the back of a woodpecker. Luckily, a photographer named Lee May snapped a quick photo of this hilarious animal. The weasel stayed on the back of the bird for 82 feet. Then the bird seized his opportunity to drop the weasel. Fortunately, the weasel remained unharmed. Let's watch this crazy event unfold.
Steed, it's the photo that had the whole world laughing. Bird experts were blown away.
I was absolutely stunned. I couldn't believe it was real.
But Jamie Wyver became a believer once he saw the blurry photos that accompanied the now famous one. Martin LeMay, a photographer by hobby, was with his wife in a London park when they heard a woodpecker squawking and saw a weasel attacking the bird as it took off. This was no fantasy kiddie movie like Epic.
This whole bird riding thing's new to me. Ow!
This was a life and death struggle. The photographer told various media that the woodpecker landed. Our presence momentarily distracted the weasel. The woodpecker seized the opportunity and flew up and away. Both survived.
It's a photographer's dream, isn't it, to capture behavior that no one's ever seen before.
Soon everyone was seeing it photoshopped, with the weasel wearing a cape, with Madonna in her cape, and shirtless Vladimir Putin, who was later combined with Israel's Benjamin Netanyahu. Left Shark climbed aboard. The weasel was decked out in the blue, or is it gold, dress. Miley Cyrus was half-dressed. Even the two runaway llamas showed up. Is it really feasible for a bird to fly with a weasel on top of it?
It's a tricky one, isn't it? But actually, weasels are very, very light. It's said that the head of a weasel could actually fit through a wedding ring.
Wildlife experts tell us that a small weasel might weigh about as much as a candy bar, so imagine a woodpecker flying around with this on its back. Soon the photo landed at the top of Reddit's Animals Riding Animals, along with butterflies on an alligator, dog on a donkey, and dog rides dog. The image, now known as #WeaselPecker, took off like the space shuttle. Jeannie Mo, CNN, New York.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I can't believe that weasel actually hooked a ride on that woodpecker.
Now it's time to go to the corner with Grant for our most incredible Red Storm sports, weather, and lunch. How's it going, Grant?
Thanks, guys. I'm doing great. But before I start with our sports and lunch, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Coca-Cola, making it the favorite soda since 1886. It is nearing time for the start of the spring sports. Lincoln's spring sports are track and golf. Any student interested in being on one of those teams will need to have an athletic, physical, insurance information, and a code of conduct. Athletes cannot participate in sports without a form on file. Also, our Rocky wrestlers finish their season soon. They play tonight at Triton. Make sure you wish them a good luck before they leave. For tomorrow's lunch, our wonderful lunch ladies will be preparing us the most wonderful cheese pizza, green beans, salad, and your choice fruit, and some of the coldest refreshing cow milk. Now taking a look out the weather window, looks like on Thursday, Friday, and a whole week, it looks like we're just going to have snow. So say goodbye to all that winter. Again, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Coca-Cola, the best friend thirst ever had.
Thanks, Grant. We had one birthday on Tuesday since we didn't have school. So happy late birthday to Elliot Price. Today we have 4 birthdays: Kylie Carhialis, Mary Osborne, Mitch Rose, and Emily Thompson. Happy birthday from all of us here at PTV2.
Have any of you viewers ever had a really weird dream and wish that you could rewatch it? Wishful thinking, right? Well, recorded dreams might not be that far off. Let's take a look at a video that explains the science of dreams.
Dreams are an amazing phenomenon, and considering you spend roughly 6 years of your life dreaming, it's quite curious that we often brush them aside to be quickly forgotten. Night after night, our brains go to work and bring us some of the most incredible, bizarre, and often seemingly random imagery and storylines. But what are dreams? And like the many science fiction stories or movies, could we ever record and figure out what we're seeing while we're dreaming? You may have heard people referring to brain waves before, but have you ever stopped to think, are these actual waves and do they carry information? Are brainwaves similar to, say, radio waves? The answer is yes. Both brain and radio waves are forms of electromagnetic radiation, waves that travel at the speed of light. Every time you think, thousands of neurons fire at the same frequency and generate a wave. These waves oscillate at around 10 to 100 cycles per second. Radio waves, on the other hand, oscillate at around 50 million to 1 billion times per second. Scientists have long used this phenomenon to measure brain activity and interface the brain to electronic devices. It allows us to see which parts of the brain are active for different activities, and similarly, which parts of the brain are active during dreaming. Strange as it may seem, we still barely understand why we sleep, let alone why we dream. Michael from Vsauce does a fantastic job explaining the main theories for why we dream, but there are so many theories because we can't really measure or know what people are dreaming about without waking them up and asking them. Of course, this is subject to forgetting or other errors. Unfortunately, there is no device that exists that allows us to peer into the minds of a dreamer. Or is there? Crazy as it sounds, scientists have created a technique to do just that. This mind-reading technology began with a functional MRI scanner inside which subjects were shown simple pictures made up of black and white pixels. The software then finds patterns in the brain activity that correspond to the specific images. For example, if the letter T was shown, the software would record exactly how the brain reacted. After sufficient data, the subjects were shown completely different images, and the software would predict and recreate what it thought the subjects were seeing. After being shown the word neuron, these were the images the software generated. But it doesn't stop there. Further studies began to use more complex visuals and started monitoring the subjects in their sleep. In this case, they first had the subjects fall asleep while in an fMRI and would wake them up in the middle of dreaming, quickly asking them what they were dreaming about. They then used thousands of images from the internet to get a best approximation of what the subject was seeing based on brain scans. After doing this nearly 200 times with each person and plugging the information into a learning algorithm, software was used to interpret and generate their next dreams. Though by no means perfect, it was clear that the machine's predictions were better than chance, matching up with the dreamer's description. Perhaps even more shocking is a study that used actual video footage. After showing subjects 2 hours of movie footage and analyzing their brain activity, they then used a library of 18 million 1-second YouTube clips to match the brain activity. Here are the results. On the left are new, unrelated clips that the subjects were later shown, and on the right is what the software guessed they were seeing using a mashed-up combination of the YouTube clips as an approximation. All of this based on their brain waves. As these software programs become more and more complex, we come that much closer to accurately visualizing and recording our thoughts and dreams, at which point, perhaps, we'll find a few more clues into why we dream in the first place. And if you'd like to find out about some other amazing and unanswered scientific phenomenon, head over to All Time 10's channel, where 10 fantastic...
Wow, that video explains a lot about dreams. Hey, Clay, wake up.
Wow, I just had a dream, but I kind of forgot it.
Oh, that sucks.
On another historic note, recently Microsoft's co-founder Paul Allen found something amazing. His submarine was exploring the ocean just off the coast of the Philippines when it ran into a sunken World War II Japanese warship. Its name is the Musashi. His find was really amazing.
Forget about the sunken ship. I can't believe that guy has his own submarine.
Well, let's see what we learned today.
Keep on cheering our Lincoln sports teams.
The St. Patrick's Day's Dash is coming up.
A flying weasel.
The discovery of Japanese warship.
We'd now like to thank our sponsor, Coca-Cola, with soda so good it leaves you wanting more. Thanks for watching.
And tomorrow is just a dream away. Man has a dream, and that's the start. He follows his dream with mind and heart. And when it becomes a reality, it's